Here's a little bit about me. I'm in my late 30s. I'm single. I live alone. Well, I live with Archie. Sorry, Archie. And I live in Toronto. I love to travel. I've lived abroad in Australia, England, the States, South America, Central America. I love experiencing other cultures. I also am obsessed with dancing. My most recent obsession is Latin dancing, bachata. Oh, I love to read. I love to write. I love to paint. I love to go for walks. I like to be active. I love food. Sometimes like cooking. I love flowers. I love all the beautiful things. I love being girly, and I want to like bring that girly, soft girly, but strong, confident girly energy all together in one. I am the youngest in my family. I have two older brothers, and my parents are still together. My oldest brother is married with three nieces who I freaking love so much. I just want to smush their face and kiss their faces. They're so freaking gorgeous. And while my life sounds probably really good and like privileged, and I will acknowledge there's a shit ton of privilege on my life, the honest truth is that I struggle with mental health symptoms that often create debilitating days for myself. And I've experienced a lot of shame, a lot of self blame, and a lot of stigma around this. I have struggled with depression, anxiety. I struggle with low self esteem. I've struggled with insecurities and suicide in my past. I've struggled with disordered eating, still do. Hate that. I really want to change that. I have ADHD, and I also have PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder, which is a very intense form of PMS for women. Um, I am very good at pretending that I'm okay. I am your hyper independent girly that, you see doing everything, looking great, living her best life. But in the quiet moments by myself, I often find myself feeling very lonely, crying and wishing that things were different, or feeling embarrassed or shameful that I'm struggling so much behind scenes and nobody knows. I did my own therapy journey. I started therapy in my early 30s. I was working as a mental health therapist in various and social work in various um, services for women who were going through abuse or transitioning out of abuse. And I started my own private practice that I ran for approximately 6+ years, specializing in violence against women, childhood trauma, and women's mental health issues of anxiety, depression, etc. All right. The reason I decided to actually get my own therapist was because it is ingrained in us as social workers that self-care and our own mental health will be impacted, and we will burn out really quickly. They're like burnout in social work and these types of fields is really high. So I think I started to realize as I was helping other people that my own mental health was starting to get triggered. And so I decided to reach out and get therapy myself. And I actually legitimately had a lot of people laugh and be like, but you're a therapist. Why do you need a therapist? And what I said to them is, if your therapist isn't in therapy, get a new therapist, because our stuff gets triggered in sessions. And that's not for our clients to worry about. I don't want my clients to worry about that. That's for me to take care of. So I started attending therapy, and I realized that I had a huge, huge problem tolerating my own feelings and even really knowing what my own feelings were. I was so good at shoving down and hiding my feelings about so many things. I was an ultimate people pleaser. I, would fake it till you make it. I would show up with a smile on face when I was just crying for 2 hours at home, these types of things. And it was because I believed that emotions were weak or unhelpful or something that I shouldn't feel. I constantly told myself, you shouldn't feel this way. You shouldn't feel this way. You should be okay. Why aren't you okay? My inner critic is professional. Oh my God. Somebody take away the mic from the inner critic. Am I right? Anyways, I've had some very skilled therapists help me, and my most recent therapist that I've worked with for a couple years now has really helped me realize and help me courageously confront a lot of difficult things in my lives that have brought up really painful feelings. And I have, for the past probably 2.5 years, recovered from burnout, from being a social worker and running my private practice and COVID and being triggered, et cetera, et cetera. And I went on a very long, I didn't know what I was doing, but it was a self discovery journey. I was letting go of all these things that I thought I wanted, that I thought were supposed to make me happy, that I thought was like, well, this is what we're supposed to want and this is what we're supposed to make us happy. And that's what like the world tells us, and that's what the expectations of others and our parents and our siblings and our friends and the school that we were raised in, the country that we were born in, and like all of that influences how we think we should be in our life. And so I, 2 years ago, gave up my private practice. I sold my condo. I moved out of Toronto and I went on a undetermined amount of time stress leave. Ooh, that was a hard year. Um, but it was a year of shedding, letting go of so many things that weren't actually me. And it was a time of exploring and reconnecting with the things that actually make my heart and my soul come alive. The things that I feel like how God created me, how God, like what God purposed me for. I started connecting with those things. And it has all come together now almost 2.5 years later with Contemplating Katie. I love to write. I love to travel. I love to talk psychology and healing. And I love helping women change their lives for the better. And so I have begun Contemplating Katie to help women overcome exactly everything that I've overcome, as well as find community in the things that we struggle with together. So that's me. Oh gosh. I literally was like, I asked this question, who are you? I was going to be like, I'm Katie. I live in Toronto and my favorite color is blue. And then you just got my whole life story. These are the benefits of ADHD. You can literally just talk boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. And you laugh at yourself. Oh God, I have no idea what I'm doing.